Before this program, you should know the following. The tropical Andes is located in the following countries: Peru, Bolivia, Argentina, Ecuador, Chile, and Colombia. The tropical Andes is world's longest continental mountain range. It was home to one of the greatest civilizations in the New World, the Inca Empire. It had a name beforehand, the Cuenca, which means high crest. There are multiple volcanoes in the region. The two organisms that are in danger and we will be focusing on today are the harlequin frog and the wax palm tree. In this program, we will be studying how to save these species while considering their culture, habitat, and how they affect their ecosystem and the stakeholders. Thanks to our sponsors, Coca-Cola and Hershey. Enjoy the program.
Oh, hello, I didn't see you there.
I heard there's some trouble in the tropical Andes. Could you help me out?
Sure, pal, I'd love to.
I heard about a species of tiny frogs that are critically endangered in the colossal rainforest. Could you tell me more?
The species you're thinking of, the harlequin frogs, they come in a variety of shades of orange with black spots.
Wow, that's totally rad.
But that's not all. Moist environments and eat harmful insects. But wait, the citrus disease is feasting on them.
No way.
But wait, there's more. There's also another critically endangered species called the wax palm tree in the tropical Andes.
Oh, jeepers.
These trees are photosynthetic and flourish.
Wait, what does that mean?
Well, why don't I show you? Photosynthetic means that the trees are able to create food from the energy from the sun and make their own food.
Wowza, that's totally gnarly.
Yeah, and these trees grow at high altitudes so it can go to its skyscraping size.
That's so high.
The palm on this tree is extremely valuable for the churches. It's used on Palm Sunday, and these churches use a lot of wax palm, and it really rustles my chin bobs.
Oh, Jesus.
The extinction of the wax palm tree would cause bear forest and food chain corruption. Also, the churches will not be able to use the wax palm. These two species population trends are decreasing rapidly.
Oh, nuts.
Hey, do you want to see some photos from my trip?
Yes.
However, there are a few things you need to do for these species to thrive.
Well, what are they?
Well, for the frogs, you must clean your shoes before you enter the tropical Andes and when you leave the tropical Andes. And we must remember to stop global warming by changing energy sources and diversing water resources. And we're planning on creating a plan to save the frogs. It's where we put them into a stable environment and breed them.
What about the trees, though?
In certain countries governing the tropical Andes, there is a law where you cannot cut down the wax palm tree. We are trying to enforce this law.
Save the trees! Okay. Save the trees.
We're also planning on gathering and planting seeds of the wax palm tree so they don't get damaged.
So, who's we?
For the frogs, it's the Save the Frogs organizations and the amphibian rescue organizations. And for the wax palm tree, it's the WPT organizations.
So be honest, what can you actually do to save these organisms? What are your goals?
For the frogs, we can captively breed and raise them in a stable environment until the citrus disease is positively gone. We can also supply the scientists with testing kits to ensure that their animals are safe.
That's very expensive. It's a lot of dollar bills.
For the wax palm tree, we're going to enforce a law that's already been created in Colombia to say that you cannot damage or injure wax palm trees or their seeds. We're also going to make churches convert to fake wax palm for their Palm Sundays.
Stop the madness. What about the people in the tropical Andes and their culture? Don't you have to worry about them too?
We'll send out PSAs to the citizens who are going to build there in order to make sure that they know what they're going to get into. We're also going to make sure that the citizens who live there clean their shoes so that the citrid fungus doesn't spread to the frogs.
What about the government?
We're going to make sure that the government is on board with our idea before we start. We're going to present our ideas adequately and persuasively to let the government know that our ideas are only for the concern of the species.
What's the deal with all that religion business, though?
Religion is really difficult to change nowadays, and the wax palm tree is decreasing fast. If the Christian churches were informed about this, then they would gladly help us save the wax palm tree.
So, what's up with the economy?
As for the economy, countries governing the tropical Andes should allow organizations to protect the wax palm tree by buying acres of land. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. So, did you learn anything?
Certainly. It's all in this article. I learned that if we implement this plan, that both the hurricane frogs and the wax palm tree will prosper.
Oh, and how's that?
Eventually, the wax palm tree will be able to use at a minimum for the churches on Palm Sunday. The tree will flourish just like it did before.
And the frogs?
The frogs, well, after a separate breeding process to get rid of the citrus disease, we will release them back into the wild, citrus-free. Labs will be able to test the frogs with the disease and take them back to the lab so the illness does not spread.
There you go!